A mass shooting took place at a 4th of July festival and someone fled a traffic stop. Police were present at both situations. Which situation do you believe resulted in one person receiving 90 rounds shot at them? Well, if we were living in a society where more guns make a polite society, or that the good guys with guns are there to stop the bad guys with guns, you would assume that the person who was committing the mass shooting was a victim of an onslaught of just a bunch of good guys with guns coming together to stop. Except for fucking no, because all those talking points that you dickheads continue to use seem to time and time again prove themselves to be bullshit. And Jayland Walker, an unarmed black man, was hit 60 times by police while fleeing them. While the Highland Park shooter, a young white kid, was hit by police he was taken alive. Let me say that another way. Take an AR-15 with a standard 30 rounds in it. That's 3 mag dumps on an unarmed black person. But the young white shooter is alive. Let me say that again. The thought that a black person was armed required 90 rounds. But the shooter is fucking alive. But me taking a knee pisses you off. The lengths y'all will go to justify the death of a black person is absolutely bonkers to me. But expected. Level 1. When you read this comment, what does it make you think? Because honestly, to me, it makes me think that Jayland was shooting at the police or shot at the police and then tried to run, upon which they captured him or tried to capture him and then they shot him. And first, the authorities say that he fired a gun out of the driver's side window. Then they say a sound consistent with a gunshot can be heard on the body-worn cameras, and they see a flash of light from the driver's side of the car, which means that they didn't see him actually shoot out of the window. Because when people are saying he shot at the police first and he shot outside the window, it makes you think that he stuck the gun out and shot at a cop that was chasing him or something, which isn't the case. And shocker, that shot that you guys bring up that somehow justified him being shot 60 times happened in the middle of the car chase when he was on the E-way. There's one cop behind him. He didn't shoot out the back glass, so he wasn't shooting at the cop. There's a civilian car behind him, and there's no cops next to him, so he couldn't be shooting at a cop next to him. And there's no cops in front of him, so he wasn't shooting at a cop that way. And I know it's very hard to see, but that little flash of light in the circle is the gun discharging. Which means that the gun discharged while he was driving. He didn't shoot at anybody. So no, he didn't shoot at police. That's one thing clear. Level 2, was he unarmed? Fucking yes, he was unarmed at the time that he was shot 60 times. Let me say that again. At the time that he was shot 60 times, he posed no threat to officers. Well, JJ, the cops have such a difficult job. I mean, how were they supposed to know that he didn't pose a... Well, I don't know, but if you watch the body cam footage, once they were all surrounding his vehicle that was slowly rolling and he didn't get out and immediately start shooting them, that could have been a good indication. Or, you know, when he began to exit on the driver's side but saw all the cops around him and decided to run out the passenger door and run away instead of shooting them, that could have been a good indication. But JJ, he turned around to the cops and acted like he was gonna shoot them. See, he was reaching towards his waist and moved into a firing position. Two things. Why is it that every single time a black person shot by the cop, they always seem to be reaching towards their waistband in some way that justified them getting killed? Another question, moving into a firing position for what? He had no gun on him. Reaching to his waist for what? He was unarmed when he was shot. So you believe that this black person running away from the cops reached for something to shoot the cops with when he had nothing to fucking shoot them with? And after all that, if you still say, oh, well, he shouldn't have ran from the police, you know? A, the punishment for non-compliance should not be, nor is it, death. And B, you know who else fucking ran from police? The Highland mass shooter. They knew he was armed and dangerous. They knew he just committed a mass shooting, and they went on an hours-long manhunt and arrested him without problem. Oh, and just to top it off, I could grant you everything and say that every single thing the cop said is exactly how it happened. And it would still make you look bad when you realize he was shot 60 times. After hitting the ground within the first second and being told to cease fire, they fired for 6 more seconds. Then they handcuffed his dead body as if he still posed a threat or something. Bottom line, there's been a clear difference between how black people and white people are viewed by the police, Brandon.